Carmen Line, Blue Control. Good morning, crew, and welcome aboard the RSS Carmen Line. Let's get started with a comm check. Reminder, turn your head to the right toward the mic. Astronaut Jack, comm check. Copy. M, comm check. Copy. Hans, comm check. Copy. Zorba, comm check.
Good control. Zorba, I hear you well.
Copy. Payload, comm check.
Good control. Payload, loud and clear.
Copy. Snoopy, comm check.
Control, Snoopy, loud and clear.
Comm checks are complete. Stand by while I report to the flight director.
We've just heard our astronauts confirmation that the comm check systems are working and everything is safe. Every crew has a special name, like Captain said. This crew has been yes, and it's because they said as a crew it felt like not only did this moment kind of come out of the blue, even though that they've been waiting their lives for a moment like this, but they are also then traveling out of the blue. So it has a couple of different meanings there. So if you're just joining us, we're about T-minus 24 minutes and 20 seconds from New Shepard's 9th mission this year and 37th mission overall. And did you know that New Shepard has flown to date 80 individuals above the Kármán line? That's 11% of people above the Kármán line. And after this mission, the total number of people flown on New Shepard will be 92. But it's actually 86 individuals, and that is because 6 Astros have come back for round 2.
6 flying twice, that's because New Shepard offers astronauts a life-changing ship in perspective. We are now operating 2 human-rated vehicles to better meet customer demand. And of course, safety is our highest value. We've built redundancy into every safety system.
And New Shepard is fully reusable. Its engine is fueled by highly effective and efficient liquid oxygen and hydrogen. During flight, the only byproduct is water vapor, no carbon emissions.
It's a pretty incredible vehicle that systems have flown 36 times, and today will make number 37.
It certainly will. Now, we've introduced you to the crew of NS-37. We've talked a little bit about our stats. So let's talk about what our astronauts go through during their time at Launch Site 1.
just a taste of what our Astros experienced during their time out in West Texas.
Yeah, now, the experience, you can see, is really something that we emphasize. We've built the astronaut experience with the authenticity of Texas, and I can tell you that is absolutely true because I am from Texas, and every time I'm out there and I'm at Astronaut Village, I feel like I'm back at home. Now, essentially, we want our astronauts to really embrace that natural beauty of the West Texas desert life.
I mean, that includes the boots, cowboy hats, denim. When you come here, you're going to feel like a space cowboy or space cowgirl. Well, next, one thing we want to focus on is how New Shepard has been designed with accessibility first mindset. We have the distinct pleasure of flying Miki today, but Miki isn't the first and won't be the last individual that will fly with a disability.
No, so let's also talk about how we've been able to help others accomplish their dreams with New Shepard, because we've made a lot of improvements since we started the program. Out there in West Texas, they've been hosting special astronaut training workshops. Now, this is something that they've worked on with our business resource group, New Hawking. And for those who don't know, New Hawking essentially supports our Blue Origin teammates with disabilities. They're also doing great work to build acceptance and create better accommodations for people with disabilities, whether they're joining Blue or going through training or just in their everyday work life. The CM7s have also hosted one workshop with Astro Access, a project dedicated to promoting disability inclusion in humanity space exploration by paving the way for disabled astronauts. In fact, Blue Origin was actually nominated this year at the Global Space Awards for Partnership of the Year with Astro Access.
And during those workshops, the crew was able to work with and learn from individuals who are deaf and hard of hearing, low vision and blind, and those who are living with limited mobility. So yeah, taking what we've learned from those workshops, New Shepard has successfully flown the oldest man and oldest woman to space, as well as multiple individuals over 90 years old, and even individuals who identify as blind, hard of hearing, and even some with limited mobility.
Now, some of the changes that we have made include improving the harnesses to make them, work easier for individuals who have limited mobility or limb differences. And as we've shown on a couple of our launches too, we also have an elevator at the tower, which helps our astros avoid having to climb the 60 feet of stairs to reach the capsule level. So a lot of great improvements for accessibility. Now, based on our commitment and work to enable more people to fly, NS-37 needed no alterations for the vehicle for today's launch, where we will watch Miki, who will become the first wheelchair user to ever cross the Kármán line. And that's because from its inception, the baseline design of our New Shepard crew capsule had accessibility at the forefront.
One thing that we got to see in ingress and to look out for during egress is what you can see here is Miki will use transfer cords that create a bridge from her chair outside the capsule to her seat inside. And for those of you who are curious, an emergency egress situation, her crewmates will assist her.
Here at Blue Origin, we are always improving and taking in feedback. And coming up, there will be a lot of vehicle improvements in the next design block of New Shepard, and that generation will be flying back into 2026. So very exciting for the next set of crew capsules indeed. All right, so at its core, Blue Origin is a human spaceflight company. New Shepard has paved the way for access to space, as we just mentioned, and continues to do so with safety at the forefront.
So let's check out how all the systems on New Shepard work together to keep our crew safe on their journey to the Kármán line and back.
Safety is foundational to everything that we do at Blue Origin. And this isn't just about the rocket itself, it's about training, it's about every piece that the astronauts experience when they're on.
We have a simple rule on New Shepard, and that is that everything involved with the safety of our astronauts has redundancy. That no matter what happens, that there's a backup system in place.
Fundamental to the safety systems on New Shepard is our escape system.
It's what we call a full envelope escape system, that no matter where in flight, that we can fire our solid rocket motor and push the crew capsule away from the propulsion module and safely land the capsule with the astronauts aboard. There are 3 parachutes on New Shepard, and that gives us additional redundancy that the crew capsule will land under only just one chute being inflated and still protect the passengers.
When the crew capsule is coming to touchdown, there's a retro thrust system that fires moments before touchdown that takes us from 16 miles an hour down to 2 miles an hour for a very solid touchdown.
All the way from the At its core, Blue Origin is a human space flight company, and New Shepard is the first step in bringing humanity to space.
This vehicle is for everybody. It is an incredibly comfortable experience. We have flown people who are 90 years old down to 18, people with disabilities, with low vision. Anybody can fly on this rocket. Astronaut training is designed so that folks arrive and learn everything that they need to know about the rocket, about what they'll experience on launch day. We want our astronauts to feel incredibly confident. So they will be trained on every single possible flight day scenario and shown that they can execute what that looks like.
Safety is woven into every process that we do at Blue Origin, whether it's the design, the operations, the maintenance, and our mission readiness. When we make the decision that we're ready for a mission, everyone on our team and at Blue feels accountable to keep them safe.
I can attest to the safety at Blue Origin. I've worked on B3PM, which is New Shepard's engine, for over 3 years, and safety is our highest priority.
It certainly is, and I really love that package. It really brings it all together to the forefront for anyone who has questions about New Shepard. Now, right now, we're about T-minus just under 15 minutes until we see NS-37 take to the skies. Now, this is an exciting day here at Blue Origin because we are flying the first ever wheelchair user to space. Let's talk about who this crew includes, which is Joey Hyde, Hans Koningsman, Neil Milch, Adonis Peroulis, Jason Stansel, and disability advocate Mihi Benthaus, who will make history today as the first wheelchair user to cross the Kármán line, as we said. Now, this is such an exciting moment for us, so we're going to toss it over to the rocket right now. Let you sit as you watch New Shepard on the pad, and then the show continues. We've got lots of great stuff for you guys. It is T-minus 13 minutes and 30 seconds, and we want to talk about some of the individuals that you have seen on your screen and you will see on the ground helping out our crew, making sure that they stay knowledgeable and safe, and that is our CM7 crew, aka Crew Member 7s.
Let's break it down. The crew that flies to space and back is a crew of 6, and CM7 are actually virtual crew members who are right there with the astronauts from the moment they arrive in Texas through their entire flight training and all the way to the moment when they enter the crew capsule.
Yes, they're also the first faces that they see when they go back out to the crew capsule. And for this flight, our CM7s are Jake Mills and Laura Stiles. The CM7s are embedded in the mission, and they greet them, and they get to greet them once more when they return to Earth. So let's take a look at these impressive individuals, our Crew Member 7s.
Command engine start. 2.
Crew Member 7 is a very unique role at Blue Origin. And traveling to space is an incredibly life-changing experience.
Oh my goodness.
You want somebody who's guiding you through it that doesn't just understand the technical side of the rocket and the launch operation, but also has the soft skills to truly support you through this wonderful journey. That's why Crew Member 7 is so important. There are 6 people that fly on the New Shepard crew capsule. The 7th person is Crew Member 7.
We have 2 crew member 7s for each launch. One of the crew member 7s, they are with the astronauts pretty much 24/7. They are staying at the village, they're training them. We have another crew member 7 that serves as a capsule communicator.
And that's the person who is back physically in the control room and is actually talking to the astronauts when they're in the capsule.
Everyone on the Crew Member 7's team has to be comfortable in a really dynamic operations environment. You have to be unflappable in anything that might come your way. We have folks from NASA, we
awesome to be able to learn from them, especially as we continue to fly New Shepard more and more.
They are such an important part to the New Shepard launch, and they are so amazing.
Yeah, they certainly are. Now, if you take a look on your screen, we're at T-minus 10 minutes, and you are seeing that we have entered a hole. Now, you are looking at New Shepard on the pad. You can also see friends and family members there excited for this launch. Again, the crew of NS-37 includes Joey Hyde, Hans Koenigsmann, Neil Milch, Adonis Peroulis, Jason Stansell, and disability advocate Nikki Fenhouse, who will make history today as the first wheelchair user to cross the Kármán line. We're going to take a moment to throw it over to the rocket, and we will see you back here in just a second. Welcome back. You are watching NS-37. We're T-minus 10 minutes right now. We are in a hole, and while we're in this hole, I want to talk about our previous flights. There have been 15 previous flights where we have carried crews of astronauts to space, and on every single flight we hear the incredible reactions from our passengers and the profound effect that it has on them.
And today, Out of the Blue, which is the name that our crew has named themselves, will add 6 more Astros crossing the Kármán line.
Go.
Each person that goes up there,
Ground. Go.
all of a sudden has a totally different perspective. Wow, look at that view
Go.
of this little place here.
New Shepard is go for launch.
It's almost like an out-of-body experience.
Shepard has cleared the tower.
This is a new era where people like a teacher from North Carolina gets to go to space.
Space has always been something I've wanted to do, but it's never been accessible until now.
Look at that view. Look at the view.
It's just unbelievable. You have to see it with your eyes to really, really take it in. Everybody else should go to space.
Look at the Earth, just look outside. Look at the Earth. We're in space. This is a life-changing experience. Everybody needs to do this.
That's absolutely insane. I mean, it's the coolest thing ever. Oh my word. I'm just spinning. That was enlightenment.
This is the best experience of my life, by far. Everyone in the world deserves to see this. Everyone needs to see this. Oh my God.
It's just a dream come true. I want to do this my entire life.
I just went to space as the first woman from Mexico.
I think we need to give this gift of perspective to everybody.
Oh man, this is so cool. I always said I'm gonna do it, and I just did it.
is the most profound experience I can imagine.
As soon as you land, you will want more of it.
All right, right now you are looking at New Shepard out on the launch pad. This is NS-37, and we are currently in a hold due to upper level winds. We will have a new T-0 that will be forthcoming here shortly. But in that meantime, let's go ahead and toss it back over to the rocket. Again, an exciting day for our NS-37 crew, which includes Joey Hyde, Hans Koningsman, Neil Milch, Adonis Peroulis, Jason Stansell, and disability advocate Mihi Benhouse. Welcome back, everyone. We are currently in a hold due to upper level winds. You are watching NS-37. Now, there's something we want to talk about. One of the most significant aspects of a New Shepard flight is the profound effect on the astronauts who've experienced it and the ripple impact it has on their lives and the lives around them. This is transformative. It's an experience that's often referred to as the overview effect.
And the overview effect is really a cognitive shift reported by many astronauts who have viewed Earth from space. This phenomenon encompasses a range of emotion and intellectual reactions, including a sense of unity, having the ability to observe the Earth without national borders, which then fosters a deeper sense of global unity. Also, the fragility of Earth. Many astros report that the thin layer of atmosphere and the finite resources become starkly apparent when they look out of those windows. This helps them emphasize the need for environmental stewardship. It also has personal transformation. Astronauts report a profound change in their perspective on life, leading to a greater appreciation for the planet and the renewed sense of purpose back here on Earth.
That's right, and it's such a huge part of what we do here as well. The impact that a New Shepard flight has on astronauts after a journey aboard is more than a physical adventure. It's a journey of self-discovery and profound insight. The experience, it actually often leads to a heightened sense of awareness. Now that's kind of like a greater consciousness of global issues such as climate change, poverty, and conflict, as well as inspirational leadership. Many return with a renewed mission to contribute positively to society, often becoming advocates for space exploration and environmental causes. And finally, there's like this emotional reconnaissance, like seeing the beauty and fragility of Earth from space can evoke powerful emotions, leading to a deeper connection with the planet.
And one astronaut who can speak to this is one you might recognize. It's William Shatner.
Yeah, let's hear directly from him about his experience.
Holy cats. Weightlessness. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, wow. I can't believe this. Everybody in the world needs to see. There is Mother Earth and comfort, but what you see is black.
The whole world is white, there's snow everywhere from the storm last night. Winter is here,
what you have given
blue jays are watching the children's play on this bright and wonderful Christmas day. It's so cold outside, we're staying in here by the fireside. I think I can hear far in the distance how sleigh bells play on this bright and wonderful Christmas.
If you're just joining us, you are watching NS-37.
It's a wondrous, slow, golden
due to upper level winds. Right now, we're going to toss it over to the rocket. Check back in with you in just a little bit.
When the sun gets low, you're still by my side in the afterglow and warmth from the fire. I love every moment as hours go by, holding your head in the dying light. It's so wondrous and slow and golden Christmas Day.
currently watching NS37. We are currently in a hold due to upper level winds, but while we're in this hold, as you might have noticed, I have been joined on the desk by Claire Luce. Now, Claire has worked on the BE3 engines for a long time, and she recently took on a new role. So Claire, tell me a little bit about your work on the BE3 and what your new role is.
Of course. So I love New Shepard because I worked on the BE3PM engine for over 3 years. But currently my new role is on the Blue Engines Analytics Reporting and Software team, or what we like to call is BEARS. It's a fun name. And on BEARS, we help all the engines at Blue, so not just BE3PM, but BE4, BE3U, BE7, and it's a bunch of software engineers that are solving problems and that all the other engineers, propulsion engineers need.
Can you tell me a little bit more about kind of more into their jobs and what the back rooms are really like?
Oh, of course. So on New Shepard, we have the engineering back room, which is the role that I'm certified as the BE3PM engineering back room. And it's a certified role that helps support the controllers. So we have booster controllers, capsule controllers, but then there is a whole team of engineers who specialize in subsystems, like the BE3PM engine. So we have these engineers that are monitoring their specific subsystem. Like I said, I'm the BE3PM engine, and I have teammates that are currently working this launch, but we also have different subsystems like the avionics hardware system or the fluids team. And of course, these are all headed up by our engineering background lead. So it is just a few of the people that help make this launch possible.
What is launch day like for your team?
Well, they wake up really early. You have to be on a console at a pretty early hour when the vehicle rolls out. You power the vehicle on. You're going to have to fill it up with propellant. Of course, my team is monitoring the engine at that time. So this has all happened before the crew even loads into the vehicle.
It's got to be an exciting thing. And you've been out to West Texas, I think you told me, about 15 times doing this.
Yep. It is a great opportunity to be able to be part of these launches, work the launches, and also work with the partner.
Yeah, and it is so great to hear more kind of about what our engines teams, because engines are really integral to everything we do. I know we said it on New Glenn. It's like, I think people believe that you build a rocket, then you stick an engine on it, but that's not the case at all. You build the engine, and then you build the rocket from there.
Yep, that is 100% true.
All right now you are watching NS37. You can see New Shepard out there on the pad. We are on a hold at this moment in time due to upper level winds. We're going to toss it back over to the rocket, get a status update for you guys, and see you in just a minute. Hey friends, you are watching NS37. Right now, we are currently in a hole due to upper level winds, but not to worry. We get to show you exactly what our Astros have been up to over the last couple of days. And just yesterday, they had an exciting adventure as they prepared for this moment where they are sitting in the capsule as we speak. So this is them, I believe, going into, the barn, right?
Yeah, that is where we store our New Shepard boosters. And as you said, it has a fun name, the barn.
You can see Mihi there. Now, again, Mihi Benthouse will become the first wheelchair user in space. We are so excited to be flying her here on NS37 today. I've actually not yet been inside the barn, but that's on the top of my Blue Origin bucket list is to go in there and see the booster there. I've seen, of course, the booster out on the landing pad, which is traditional after every flight. All the entire crew here at Blue go out and take a picture with the booster on the landing pad. But this is pretty special to kind of see it still all connected inside the barn.
Well, and what is also even more cool is that since we said we had 2 human-rated vehicles, we actually have 2 boosters in there, and you can see them side by side.
Oh, that is really, really exciting. You can see Neil there, obviously pretty excited about what he's looking at. Mind blown. There is Hans taking a look at, I'm sure, all the mechanics and engineering of it as well, being a rocket scientist himself. Jason there, and again, Jason is flying in honor of his brother Kevin today. Mihi is taking a look. That is Audrey Powers. She is also one of our NS New Shepard astronauts. Pretty exciting to have her continuing to lead the New Shepard team. Joey, everyone, really getting to learn more about the science behind New Shepard. A great moment for a crew picture. You can see behind them all of the patches that we have. Those are all patches that the vehicles have. That's it. 37 is a lot. It really is. It's something that everyone Yeah, right now you're also kind of getting a live look at our crew out there, excited for this moment. Again, you are watching NS37. We are currently in a hole due to upper level winds. We're going to toss it over to the rocket, get a status update, and be back with you guys shortly. T-minus 9 minutes into NS-37. Now, in a minute, we are going to be hearing that crucial go, no-go poll. So let's toss it over to the rocket and listen in.
With the go pull for terminal count and launch. Capsule. Booster. Go. Ground. Go. Inco. Go. Safety. Go. Capcom.
Go.
Go. Copy all goes. New Shepard is go for launch. Booster, commit to terminal count. Go quick. Controllers, drop your templates.
You just heard it there. We are go for launch.
Yes, we are so exciting. Now, as we mentioned today, Mihai Benthaus will become the first wheelchair user in space. Her story, her advocacy, and her passion are evident in everything she does. Check it out.
There was not like this one moment where I realized that my dream of going to space is not over. I was like a very sporty person, so I did like a lot of mountain biking, snowboarding, I did parkour where you jump above walls and this kind of stuff. Obviously life changed a lot after my accident, and I think the biggest impact, of course, is using the wheelchair and everything which comes with the spinal cord injury. And I really figured out how inaccessible our world still is, and how sometimes socially excluding a wheelchair can be, though nobody is like actively excluding you, right?
She has an inspiring heart. Many people come to her and she does things that you don't expect her doing, right? And so they're fascinated by that. And I kind of feel the same way. She is, I think, an explorer, adventurer, and the wheelchair does not really stop her from doing that.
Yeah, so I met Hans the first time online, on LinkedIn. Yeah, I just asked him, like, you worked for so long for SpaceX. Do you think that people like me can be astronauts? And
Watch out, this is too late to rest on Mary's lap. You sleep.
I have my doubts on it, but let's see.
Just weep with anthem sweet, while shepherds watch our keeping. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary.
What's possible and wasn't possible. On the vehicle side, we didn't have to change anything to allow Lucy to fly to space. We did implement a few things on the ground side.
Incense, gold, and myrrh, compassion came to own him. The King of Kings, salvation brings. Let loving hearts enthrone him. Raise a song on high. The Virgin sings her lullaby. Joy for Christ is born, the babe, the Son of Mary.
It's like in its very early days right now, so I think we're making like a very first thing here with Blue Origin.
She basically inspired me to do this, and it's her drive that kind of convinced me I should do that too, and to just experience something that I've seen from the outside for a long time.
This is exciting work, because this is what New Shepard was designed to do, to increase the access to space.
This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary.
I can tell you, she is just incredible. I know our entire team here at Blue Origin is just so honored and excited to have her fly with us today. So it was so great to get to connect with her and the entire crew.
I am so excited to hear about her experience after she lands.
Yes, me too.
Now let's take a look on your screen and let's go a little into more depth about the flight profile. New Shepard is a suborbital flight and a fantastic way to experience space. It's a simple parabolic flight, a straight up and straight back down flight path that results in some of the cleanest microgravity you can achieve.
Yeah, and for some of our viewers who might be tuning in for your very first New Shepard launch, first off, welcome. But our New Shepard rocket has a vertical takeoff and vertical landing. Now, as you're watching, you can see, obviously, the capsule and the booster go up together, and then they separate. At this moment in time, the capsule is experiencing zero-G. Our astros are looking out those big, incredible windows. And then the booster, due to its aerodynamic shape, you can see the fins coming out on this reenactment of it. It helps lead it back down to Earth about 2 miles from where it launched from. While that's happening, the capsule is then also making its way back to Earth. But because of its shape, it's more of like a teardrop type of shape. It's a little slower. Now, during this time, the Astros can experience up to 5 Gs, and then we have 3 drogues. Those are those little things. You're like, are those parachutes? No, those are drogues, and those pull out the main parachute. What's cool about that is New Shepard, again, redundancy, safety built into every system. We only need 1 parachute, but we have 3. And then right before it lands, we have that retro thrust system that puffs up that big little cloud of dust that you see. You think, you're like, man, that's a hard landing. It is not a hard landing. It is soft. It slows it down to 1 to 2 miles per hour. There is the entire flight profile for you on your screen. And another thing that makes New Shepard so special is the size of our windows. Some of the biggest ever flown in space.
That's right. If you take a look on your screen, you can see the size comparison to the Mercury Redstone Freedom capsule that Alan Shepard flew back in 1961.
Yeah, so incredible to look at that comparison. Bigger than a 747, and I just can't imagine what it is like. I see the videos, but seeing it in person has to be totally unreal. At T-minus 2 minutes, we are starting to hear the voice of mission control coming in. The vehicle is starting to go through its bit checks, which are built-in tests. Again,
1 minute, 50 seconds.
New Shepard is fully autonomous.
Transition to onboard hydraulic pumps. Executing aft fin and PVC bit. Engine thrust vector control built-in test in work. Vehicle is now on internal power.
Shepard on the pad. At just under 1 minute, we have entered a hold. We are listening in to the voice of mission control, which is Kate Wentworth. Now, as we learn more information about this hold, of course, we are going to pass it along to you. Right now, we're going to toss it over to the rocket and get more information. just under a minute into launch. Now, the hold was called to evaluate an observation during terminal count. I know everyone here is on the edge of their seats because this is such an exciting mission for us. Again, Mihi Benthaus will become the first wheelchair user in space. Now, while we wait, we want to introduce you entirely to the crew of NS-37, and let's start in seat number 1.
Yes, in seat number 1, we have Neil Milch. A global business executive and entrepreneur, Neil launched his career through Laundry Lux, a family-owned business. He now serves as the chair of the board of trustees at Jackson Laboratory, a nonprofit biomedical research institute, where he supports genetic research to improve human health. Growing up, watching the Gemini and Apollo programs, he adopted the Latin phrase omnia paratus, meaning ready for anything, to guide his pursuit of science and discovery.
And I got to talk to Neil, and I can tell you, he is ready for anything. I know he's so excited for today. Let's talk about seat number 2. We have Mihi Benthaus. Now, Mihi is an aerospace and mechatronics engineer at the European Space Agency. She has dedicated her career to scientific collaboration for the advancement of interplanetary exploration. Back in 2018, she was involved in a mountain biking accident that resulted in a spinal cord injury, impacting her ability to walk. Undeterred, she has continued to pursue her passion for access and advocate for greater access to space. Now, Mihi actually flew aboard a zero-G research flight back in 2022 and completed an analog astronaut mission. She continues to pursue sporting activities outside of work, including wheelchair tennis.
In seat number 3, we have Hans Königsmann. Hans is a German-American aerospace engineer whose career has been dedicated to advancing reusable spacecraft and launch vehicles, most notably as an early team member at SpaceX, where he spent 2 decades. He is one of the world's most renowned rocket scientists and remains actively engaged in the aerospace and space exploration community, serving in advisory and board roles across multiple aerospace companies. He is also a licensed pilot who built his own airplane, an avid skier, and the proud father of 2 daughters. He is excited to share his experience to inspire the next generation of space exploration.
In seat number 4, we have Adonis Pouroulis. Now, he is a seasoned entrepreneur, investor, and mining engineer. He is the founder and chairman of Pella Resources, co-founder of Energy Revolution Ventures, chairman of Rainbow Rare Earths, and the CEO of Chariot Limited, which are all advancing and developing innovative technologies and global opportunities in the energy transition. Now, his career in philanthropic work reflects a consistent commitment to education and the responsible and sustainable development of Earth's resources, combining technical expertise with a vision for long-term environmental and social impacts. His flight aboard New Shepard represents a lifelong dream to see the world from space.
In seat number 5, we have Jason Stansell. A self-proclaimed space nerd rooted in West Texas, Jason has watched the space industry expand to offer commercial spaceflight opportunities from his own backyard. With a degree in computer science from Tulane University, he has channeled his enthusiasm to creativity, passion for adventure, and love of science and physics into scuba diving, driving cars, riding motorcycles, flying planes, and of course, studying rocketry. Jason is looking to inspire healthy skepticism and promote science education through his experience. He is also dedicating his flight to his brother Kevin, who passed away in 2016 to a hard-fought battle with brain cancer.
In seat number 6, we have Joey Hyde, a physicist and quantitative investor. Joey recently retired from his career at a leading hedge fund. He lives in Florida with his wife and 5 children. His grandparents ignited a fascination with space when they brought him to watch the 1988 launch of the space shuttle Atlantis, which sparked a lifelong curiosity in human spaceflight and exploration, leading him to earn a PhD in astrophysics. Joey sees this flight with Blue Origin as a continuation of his commitment to advancing science and inspiring future generations of explorers. By the way, fun fact, earlier this year, his spouse, Elaine Hyde, flew back on NS-30. How cool is that?
That's amazing to have something that they both can share, this experience of both going on a New Shepard flight.
Yes, I would like to know what those conversations are like at the dinner table next week. Like, oh, yeah, now I really know what you were saying. You're like, yes, it's like this incredible experience I have. You know, the overview effect has really impacted me. All right, now let's also talk about the mission patch.
So the NS-37 mission patch pays homage to the crew and Blue Origin's vision. And we have a couple different symbols embedded into the patch. So first we have the DNA, which symbolizes the importance of impact of science to Neil Milch. As you can see there on the left, we also have the hippo, which represents Mihi's favorite animal, her her plush hippo, which comforted her in the hospital after her accident and will join her in space. There is also on the patch the tennis ball, which symbolizes another one of Miki's competitive passions. And Adonis is represented by a baobab tree, which is iconic to South Africa.
Yeah, on this patch, which you see right there, the spiral galaxy symbolizes Joey Hyde's astrophysics research. The dog bone shape and K are in memoriam of Jason Stansell's brother, Kevin, as well as a representation of the Satellite of Love from their favorite show, Mystery Science Theater 3000. I love that show, by the way. And the shards represent Blue Origin's commitment to breaking down barriers to accessing space, including cost, nationality, and accessibility. So right now, as you look on your screen, you will notice we are currently in a hold. You are watching NS-37. We're going to toss it back over to the rocket and get more information.